Hello guys and welcome back. This is Mr. Siege. Now, as you can tell by the thumbnail, yes, I did run the new Epic Commanders in my last Arc battle, which was actually yesterday. And you know what? They had very good success, as you can see. So I've been running Garge Armada with Catherine, Babbo with Narcissus, and obviously Margaret with Cordoba. Now, if you didn't see the last testing, for me, those seem generally the best three pairings right now. Obviously, we've got John and Stephen coming to the game very, very soon. John is in the current MGE, and I'll be maxing him within the next week or so. Now, Stephen will arrive afterwards in an event, and obviously I'll be maxing him too and comparing. So yeah, I don't know what's happening here. The marches are just walking past, and we're just absolutely slapping into these marches right now, which is fine by me. A lot of these reports may not look fantastic, but in an arc, I want to kill my marches. I'm not going to return my marches all the way back to the city and send them out again. The quickest way home is to die. So the reports were looking fantastic up to a certain point, and you know, I've just got to let them get swarmed down at times. But it's all fine with me, and I enjoyed this very, very much. Now, it wasn't the hardest arc, I must admit, but we're against pretty much normal meta marches. As you can see here, we traded evenly, even though we got swarmed to hell. Baba Narcissus traded pretty well, 142%, and obviously our Margaret Cordoba pretty much always trades fantastically well. Now, we did swarm some rallies with these siege marches as well. You know, got to do a full test. There was barely any troops here in this structure, so you know, higher, below, he's swarming too, and I'm getting in on the action. The siege marches are absolutely fine swarming certain rallies. You may not want to do this in KVK with, you know, the rally leaders tech and stuff like that, because you know our tech's going to be a lot less. You know, a lot of ranged players are free to play or low spenders, so you ain't going to want to do this in a KVK generally. As you can see, my health bar is going down a little bit. Now, something to bear in mind with this test or this arc, I didn't pop an expansion, and possibly could have done, but to be honest with you, I haven't got a lot of troops for 3 marches right now. I plan on training a lot of T4, and I think I'm going to split the marches between like T4 and T5, or do a bit of a comparison test as well to see how that performs. As you can see here, there was a Gorgo who I guess was coming to garrison, potentially, but yeah, she failed to get in there. Obviously, they didn't even win the structures, so but she does come back in a second. So 135% here attacking the rally, 214 for Margaret Cordoba. Obviously the rally results just come in there, and yeah, overall pretty good. Baba Narcissus traded pretty strong, to be fair, pretty well, and here she comes back. I think she's just going to attack the structure again, but yeah, this Gore goes back. Garja was too close, so he didn't set up into a tower, which is obviously something you need to learn. Not that it matters too much, it can still get decent trades as long as he's not getting targeted there. But as soon as we set into towers and we're all full on attacking this garrison of Gorgo Hera, yeah, you know, showing the laughing face. Now, you know, the results are very, very good, of course. Gorgo, you know, this guy may be thinking they were going to get decent results here, but you got no chance against 3 pretty strong siege marches, and she obviously targeted the wrong one, or the player was probably a he, but I'm saying Gorgo is a she. Now, here we go again. We brought them down the field, and obviously just protecting this structure, or potentially rallying this structure. I can't really see right now, but yeah, we're laying into some of these troops. I don't know if they can even see me, to be honest, right now, but I can see them. They're in range, and we're just picking them off, supporting my field troops in front here. Not sure who it was, could possibly be higher again, Caesar maybe, not sure, but yeah, they're supporting my marches, my alliance's field marches, of course, and yeah, the rally's coming in now, so supporting that rally. Now, don't forget, we've now got Catherine on the field, which is also providing a 15% damage reduction on the enemy troops I'm hitting. So this Nevsky is gonna get wrecked. You know, whoever's hitting that Nevsky 2, which is no one at the moment, because I think we're going to be swarming as well. The march has just marched off down there. Not quite sure what's happening. We're kind of out of range now. Need to get these towers a bit further forward to help out this rally. But, you know, the rally's doing very, very well at the moment. I've actually noticed there's actually no more field marches there, and there's a ball coming in. So I sort of retreated, and I've come back with a new ball to fight within that ball, because, you know, if I'm going to rush into there with 5 or 6 field troops and half health marches, it's not going to go too well, really. So here we go again. We survived that, and there's just some other marches here just to start popping off into. We've got a bit of field support now, as you saw. More marches coming in behind, so we're in quite a good position right now. And as you can see, we're doing really well. The field is holding very strong. I've not even seen a dead troop come back yet, which is very, very promising. Obviously doing a ton of debuffs on the enemy. Now, field troops are just going to love these marches in KVK. And we're even trading positive, which is amazing. 200%, 400% there. There's a bit of a bug going on my screen. I've obviously not got Guards Armada and Cordoba. It's Guards Armada and Catherine. But trading very well. Okay, positive trades with epic commanders in an AOO, which is obviously made up of plenty of SOC capable meta commanders. And I'm using these epic commanders, and they're trading positive. Now, going to help out this rally and just help swarm the building. Really, I'm in the sort of position where my marches need to die now as well. But that Dido garrison's going down. There's not much. Didn't even need to hit it, really. It was going down already. Absolutely fine. And we'll get back out onto the field and obviously help these field troops again. Whoever it is on the field is also doing a very good job. Yeah, they're melting those marches. So well done to those. As you can see, most of these marches are already almost dead. Now, I'd usually switch on to a different march. You may see me doing that. So when a march is almost dead, switch on to a new target like this Nevsky, and you won't lose your rage. So you don't want the rage to just drop out and having to start build up again, because it will be a lot slower. Now, the initial rage gain of these ranged marches is very slow, like the initial getting to that 1000 rage for your active skill. So you want to keep the rage going as much as possible. Now, this is looking a very, very bad situation, but again, you need to get them marches back. There's no point in them being on the field now. They're not doing a lot. I can't really do much. If I'm marching these back, it's going to take a long time, so they just need to get killed, really. And obviously that is going to have an impact on the results, on the reports, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter too much. As long as I've got plenty of troops to keep throwing out over and over again, I will get positive trades. You know, that's a very good result, nearly 200%, even after getting swarmed with Baba and Narcissus. Now, I probably would have preferred to have Narcissus primary, but if everything was going wrong in this AOO, I probably would have gone back to my normal 2 marches, which would be Baba, Garja, Margaret, Cordoba. So, just in case that happened, I wanted to make Baba primary, but I think I did prefer Narcissus. It was a lot more sustain there, although Baba does do more damage as a primary. Again, go and check out the cards in the end screen, because I will post those last 2 basically test sessions on how good these epic commanders could be if you're not getting swarmed. Now, it was a no equipment test. Obviously, in this AOO, we have got equipment on. You know, it's nothing special. They're just basic legendary sets. I say basic legendary sets. You know, that's not bad. But, you know, I'm not running a harvester set now, guys. You know, we've got decent gear on, decent armaments, decent equipment. And obviously now we're even swarming this march. The Nevsky, Justinian, there was a couple of people helping out too. But my debuffs on that rally is going to help out the garrison, as you can see here. You know, traded very well for a garrison there, 144%. Now, we didn't trade amazingly, but there's 2 positive trades there and 1 that was, you know, 3/4 good. Now, I've come in from the middle of arc here, and obviously they're swarming. I don't know what's actually happening here, you know, but either way, there's a fight. I think we're swarming the garrison by the looks of it. And yes, I was sort of first to arrive, so set up the towers, and it's a perfect situation for me. This, I've got a buff on. Obviously, we've got some skills that were performed here, and there's a lot of unhealthy marches on the field, so this is a perfect position for me. As you'll be able to see in a minute, the results were very, very nice. Now, there's been loads of different situations in a KVK where you're going to get this, and there'll be times where you'll be staying on the field plenty without getting swarmed. I think AOO generally is a lot harder than in a KVK because field dies very, very quickly in an AOO. You haven't got that constant support from more field troops running in and getting in your ball, replenishing your ball, replenishing your field marches. And the results are very, very nice so far. 600, 700, 800% trades. You know, Baba and Narcissus trading 854%. Obviously, these reports do go downhill because ultimately I will get swarmed. And that's just the way it is. That's how it has to be. But as you can see, there's a load of troops coming in here. We've got some field marches just there behind the rally, which are obviously going to swarm the rally. But I've not set up in a great position, I'll be honest with you. I've set up in a very, very dangerous position. Margaret at the front, which didn't really make a lot of sense. So she's going to get swarmed down first by the looks of things. And she's not tanky at all. So she's great at range and she'll do a hell of a lot of damage, but getting swarmed like this, she's not tanky at all. But obviously she'll trade well still. Cordoba's AoE is only popping off, and you know, watch how well Baba and Garja have held up as well. Like, I've got troops coming in on me right now. We've got a full health William Wallace, and you know, they're struggling to take down my marches. Okay, and both these marches here have got an epic commander. Baba with Narcissus, Garja Marder with Catherine. And the way I put these marches together is they're very tanky still. So that William Wallace and Luce, one of the best marches in the game, is still struggling against a legendary engineering commander and an epic engineering commander. And again, we're still trading massively positive, really. 143%. That was nearly 600% before we got swarmed. But overall, we're still trading positive. Okay, and in a KVK, I expect this to be much better. I will try not to get swarmed as much. I kind of need to be a bit more careful with the resources now, because I will be running 4 marches next KVK, and that's twice as many as I did before. So it could be a little bit of a struggle, especially with epic commanders on the field. But looking at it right now, the epic commanders to me are looking very promising. I wouldn't really suggest running them on their own, and we did do those tests before. So adding a legendary commander to that march, the epic commander march, like pretty much doubles the KP output. Okay, now I'm not sure whether having 2 strongest marches is better than having the 3 marches mixed with the epic commanders just yet. But what I do know is we've got a great heal on Narcissus, which is going to keep Baba in the field a lot longer. And we've got an amazing debuff from Catherine, plus a buff from Catherine, which is then going to boost your other commanders. So 256% on Margaret Cordoba, 400% on Baba and Narcissus, which is kind of amazing so far. 71% on Garja Catherine, but we got swarmed. Okay, 5k to 30k from Baba Narcissus is pretty impressive, and that was like a couple minutes of close combat melee fighting just there. So Gorge is just hanging in by a string right now, by a thread. You know, he's nearly dead there, but and a lot of troops coming in. You know, it's that time again where we've got to start killing off these marches and sending out some fresh troops. But only 10 minutes left in the Arc battle right now. So, you know, looking towards the end of our fights, you know, we've absolutely smashed this AOO again. We've absolutely smashed this AOO again, to be honest with you. And these marches, they just have to target you. They just want to come and target you. And to be honest with you, it doesn't really end well for these a lot of the time. Yes, they think these towers are going to be kind of weak, but we've got Boudica, Zhuge and Luce with Alex. Decent marches, but still no match for Baba, Narcissus and Margaret Cordoba, of course. So 327%, 78,000 severely wounded there. Now, we're not getting the complete damage output as what we are getting from Margaret Cordoba, which is kind of obvious, really. That's a very, very strong march. Probably, you know, it's one of the best siege marches in the game right now. So, comparing it to one of the marches with the epic commanders in, it's just never going to be the same, is it, really? But I'm very, very impressed with these commanders. The only problem is, like, how many people have Baba and Gorge Armada that they can invest in the epic commanders and then put them with those commanders and be effective on the field. I bet there's not many. Now, there will be some people that have gone full out on Baba and Cordoba. Now, you could easily mix those marches up then. You could run Narcissus with Baba and Catherine with Gonzalo de Cordoba, or you'd have Gonzalo de Cordoba as primary. But if you haven't seen those tests, you can also run Caesar, and Caesar is kind of completely free. It will take a long time to get him where you want to get him, but many people will have him or be able to get him at a decent position to be successful with Cordoba. So bear that in mind. So 6 minutes to go now on the Arc. Obviously, we've only got 2 troops. We're sending that Gorge Armada back now, and we're just having a bit of fun here now. You know, we're close to their cities. Some people have been swarming, but yeah, just trying to get a few more points on the board right now. Again, we're getting targeted by, I think, the Boudica, but it's actually really hard to tell who's actually targeting me right now. Maybe it's that William Wallace coming in. And it's looking like it will be the end of Baba and Margaret very, very soon. Another rally coming in, although it's kind of pointless rallying now. Yeah, Baba is going down. To be honest, Baba needs to be hitting the march that's hitting him, but it's really hard to tell which one that is. Gorge Armada is just about to come in. Margaret's going to go down soon. She's being targeted too. And there we go. She's defeated. But Gorge Armada's on the battlefield now. He gets a couple of shots in. I'm not even sure if he gets an active skill off. Maybe he does. Let's wait and see. 330%. Amazing. He's barely got any shots in there. Again, Margaret got swarmed out. Nearly 300%. Baba Narcissus. Yeah, very good. Getting a decent amount of kills here. And I am extremely excited to use them in the next KVK. Now, really excited as well for John and Stephen to land in game. Now, these marches are all going to get mixed up all over again. We're going to have to do loads more tests, but we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe I'll leave them as they are right now, but I think I'll probably run Garja with Cordoba. It's just leaving that Margaret. Now, who do you pair Margaret with? Maybe Margaret can go well with John or Stephen. Not quite sure. Margaret's just not very tanky. So guys, this is Mr. Siege. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.